Hello friends, here I am Kirandeep Garg from UGM Shiksha Kendra. This is our fifth lecture on MCQs. Till today we have earlier discussed 4 lectures on MCQs, and near about 70 questions we have already discussed on legal of chapter 1, 2 and some portion of chapter 3. So this is our lecture number 5th of MCQ series. In this lecture we have discussed 15 questions from 71 to 85. The questions are mainly from chapter 3, which are regulation of banking. For watching this video, before you have to watch all the lecture videos, theory videos, basically 3 videos of chapter 3, and read the notes also. More than 100 students get the handwritten notes. So let's start with the today's lecture. Here I am Kirandeep Garg from UGM Shiksha Kendra. If you like our lectures, please like the video and subscribe our YouTube channel. And our Facebook page is Aim to Achieve, and our Telegram group is GAIIB JAB UGM. For handwritten notes, you have to mail on our email ID ugem2493@gmail.com. So start with the today's question. Question number 1 or question number 71. Every banking company has to maintain in India a certain amount of assets under section 25 of the Banking Regulation Act. As we have discussed in the last lecture, like we have 2 sections, section 24 and section 25. In section 24 liquid assets, and in section 25 also we have liquid assets. Here we have given section 25. In section 24, liquid assets basically have to maintain fortnight for 14 days. Here we have for every quarter. This is the basic difference. So here basically this regarding this, the question is option A, close at each half year as at the close of business on the last Friday, not of last Friday, not half year, basically under 25 section. Every quarter as at the close on the last Friday of each half year, no, as at the close of business on the last Friday of each quarter. This is our answer. And if here they replace section 24, then last Friday of each fortnight. For 24 fortnight, for 25 it is quarter. Next is, every banking company has to maintain assets in India equal to -% of which under section 25 of the Banking Regulation Act as last Friday of each quarter. Basically they have to maintain under section 25 75% of their 75%. This is wrong, this is wrong. Of the demand and time liabilities or net demand and time liabilities. Basically under section 25 they have to maintain 75% of their demand and time liabilities. So this is our answer. And under section 24, net demand and time liabilities. I will make one video and discuss what is the difference between net demand and time liabilities and demand time liabilities. So here the answer is answer option A. After that, question number 73. If a bank fails to maintain cash reserve under section 42 of the RBI Act, it has to pay penal interest to RBI for the first day. As we have already discussed, under section 42, basically maintain cash reserve with RBI. Section 42 of RBI Act. This is basically for scheduled commercial banks. And for the penal interest to RBI for the first day is equal to bank rate plus 3%. So our answer is answer option B. And for succeeding fortnight or for the second fortnight, if balance has not to be maintained, bank rate plus 5%. This is for second fortnight, this is for first fortnight. Which category of banks maintain cash reserve ratio under section 18 of the Banking Regulation Act? Basically nationalized banks or PSU banks, or mostly scheduled commercial banks. They maintain under section 42 of the RBI Act. Banking companies that are not scheduled banks. For banking companies that are not scheduled banks, basically non-scheduled banks, they have to maintain cash reserve ratio under section 18 of the Banking Regulation Act. Scheduled banks 42. So this is our answer. Answer option B. Next, question number 75. Liquid assets maintained by banks under section 24. Basically all these questions are mainly from the chapter 3 part 3. For earlier part 1 and 2 we have already discussed in the video 4 or the part 4 of the MCQ series. Liquid asset maintained by banks under section 24 of the Banking Regulation Act are dash of the cash reserves maintained by banks under section 42 of the Reserve Bank of India. Basically the assets maintained by banks under section 24, basically the cash reserves are not included, are exclusive. So the liquid assets maintained by banks under section 24 of the Banking Regulation Act are exclusive. And how much they have to maintain? Basically 40% of their net demand and time liabilities. Here net demand and time liabilities under section 24. Basically liquid asset is called SLR. Like we have two ratios, CRR, SLR. SLR is liquid asset. Statutory, here we have statutory liquidity ratio. This is the full form of SLR. Basically section 24 is with respect to SLR. Question number 76. If a bank fails to pay penalty imposed by RBI for non-maintenance of liquid assets under section 24 of the Banking Regulation Act, so it can be recovered by filing a suit in a civil court. So how it can be recovered? It can be recovered by filing a suit in the civil court. And one more question, and in how many days bank has to deposit the penalty amount? Within 14 days from the issue of notice from RBI. All these points are discussed in our video and all detailed in our notes. Question number 77. Which of the following types of bank have to maintain cash reserve ratio under provision of law? So which of the following? Scheduled commercial banks only? No, because non-scheduled commercial banks has also maintained. Non-scheduled commercial banks only? No. All types of banks including primary cooperative credit societies? No, because we have no information regarding primary cooperative credit societies as per RBI regarding maintenance of cash reserve. So here scheduled and non-scheduled commercial banks. Yes, this is our answer. For scheduled, section 42 of RBI Act, and for non-scheduled it is to be section 18 of Banking Regulation Act 1949. This is 1934. So question number 78. Which of the following provisions of Banking Regulation Act is not properly matched? Here we have four options. We have to find out which of the following option is not correct. So section 26 is basically unclaimed deposit. This is right one. Section 26 with respect to unclaimed deposit. Unclaimed deposits are those deposits, basically are those accounts which are not in operation from the last 10 years. From the last 10 years, and the funds of these accounts are deposited in DEF account, Depository Education and Awareness Fund. Section 21, basically RBI authority to give directions to banks on loans and advances. This is also correct one. Section 24, maintenance of cash reserve. This is wrong, as we have already discussed in question number 17. For cash reserve, Act is 42 for scheduled commercial banks and for 18 for non-scheduled commercial banks. Here we have given section 24, which is wrong. And option D is section 17, creation of reserve fund by banks from profit. This is also correct one. We have discussed this in part 2 of chapter 3. Question number 17(9). For the purpose of section 42 of RBI, which of the following is not included in the demand and time liabilities? Basically, this is the cash reserve. Which of the following are not included? Saving bank and current deposit, they are included. Capital and reserves, they are not included. In the section they are clearly mentioned, capitals or reserves are not included. Term deposits, these are included. Borrowings, these are also included. So our answer is answer option B. Question number 80. Under section 11, basically when we have given section 11 of the Banking Regulation Act, this is for foreign banks. So foreign banks are required to dash 20% of their profit for each year in respect of all business conducted. Basically they have to deposit 20%. With whom? With RBI. Maintain as deposit with RBI. 20% with RBI under section 11(2) of the Banking Regulation Act 1949. After that, question number 81. The regulations issued by RBI to banks under section 35A of Banking Regulation Act are binding only to the banks only? No. Are applicable to banks as well as public? There is also no. Wait a minute. Option 1, are binding to the banks only. Basically under section 35A, the directions are binding to the banks only. This is the answer. We have discussed further option, are applicable to banks as well as on public. There is no information regarding public under section 35. So this is option wrong. Are not binding on the bank but are only advisory? Not. These are binding basically. Under section 35 they give all directions regarding the banking operations. Are binding on the bank if they accept us? No. RBI has authority to basically to implement these directions. So answer is option A. If there is a transaction of a bank with the borrower that violates the RBI guidelines, basically when there is a transaction which does not follow the rules of RBI, then what we have to do? Basically this incident is already goes in the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court says that the decision with the respect to will be the decision regarding this transaction is given by RBI. So the violation would invalidate the transaction? No. Transaction would not invalidate. This is not. The bank will be liable for prosecution by RBI. So this is our answer. The final decision will depend upon RBI. The transaction will be automatically cancelled? No. This is also no. So answer is answer option B. All the decision will be given by RBI. So bank liquid asset under section 24, basically this is SLR of the Banking Regulation Act, can be maintained by the bank in the form of, basically SLR, statutory liquidity ratio. They can be maintained either in the cash, gold or any other approved securities, unencumbered government improved security. So cash in hand and bank balance only? No. Cash in hand, bank balance, investment in gold and other approved securities. This is our answer. Same under section 25. All these things. So answer is answer option B. Bank balance is also included. Question number 84. Banking Regulation Amendment Act 2007 amended section 24(1)(2) of the Banking Regulation Act. As a result, basically earlier under section 24, banks have to maintain 25%. This is the minimum SLR should have to maintain banks. But after that, of their NDTL, but after that they have to maintain at least 40%, not less than 40%. So how the option given? The minimum SLR should be 25% of the demand and time liabilities. No, net demand. First of all, the minimum SLR should be 25% of time net demand and time liabilities. This could be the answer, but we have to watch further all options. The SLR should be 24%. No, the minimum SLR earlier fixed at 25% on the net demand and time liabilities will be fixed by RB. This is the correct answer, because earlier it is 25% and after that it will be changed to 40% of their net demand and time liabilities. And in this, cash reserve basically under section 42 are not included. Basically it is exclusive of that, exclusive, which we have already discussed in one question, basically 73rd or 74th question. So answer is option D. So this is the last question of this lecture. If penal interest is imposed by RBI for defaults in maintaining liquid assets, basically penalty is imposed by RBI. So what will the option? RBI can waive the penal interest. Either RBI can waive or not. RBI can waive the penal interest. This is true, because sometimes bank is not able to maintain minimum cash reserve because of some restrictions. In this time RBI can waive the penal interest. Other options, RBI cannot waive. No, RBI can have the power to waive. RBI can partially waive. RBI has no option except to waive the bank if bank. This is also. So answer is option A. So here we have completed total 85 questions of 3 chapters, and after that we have start chapter 4, important chapter, and one of the important chapter of this series, legal. So if you like our video, please share with your friends and also subscribe our channel. Thank you. We'll meet you soon in the next video.